Hello students. In the previous video, I told you that in the process of photosynthesis, glucose is synthesized as a food. This glucose is then transported to various cells of the body, and you know the tissue that helps in transportation of food. We have studied in previous chapters, that is phloem, right? So glucose is transported to different cells of the body, and whatever the extra food is left, that is converted into starch, and then it is stored. So the stored food in plants is starch. So food is not stored in the form of glucose in plants, it is always stored in the form of starch. So now you can see that in the process of photosynthesis, the solar energy is converted into chemical energy. Glucose is a chemical now. So with the help of solar energy, plants utilize that solar energy and form glucose. That is a chemical. So solar energy is converted into chemical energy. When we eat plants or plant products, then this chemical energy that is in plant body, that now comes in our body when we eat plants, that chemical energy releases energy in our body, and that we utilize to carry out our various life processes. Now, what exactly takes place in photosynthesis? We can see here the three important steps that takes place in the process of photosynthesis. First step is absorption of sunlight energy by chlorophyll. So what is the first step? First of all, the chlorophyll absorbs solar energy, right? Second step, conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen by light energy. Second step is the conversion of this light energy into chemical energy. Actually, there is one compound that is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Solar energy is converted in the form of ATP, right? So it is converted in the form of chemical energy, ATP, and that ATP further carries out the process of photosynthesis. Whenever the energy is required, that ATP is utilized there. So in second step, the light energy is converted into chemical energy, and with the help of this light energy, water, that is a raw material for photosynthesis, water splits or breaks down into two things. Number one is hydrogen and number two is oxygen. This hydrogen ions are further utilized in the process of photosynthesis, while oxygen is liberated out from the plant body through stomata. Third process is now reduction of carbon dioxide by hydrogen to form carbohydrates like glucose. So the hydrogen that is formed here, this hydrogen is utilized to reduce carbon dioxide, that is the another raw material required for photosynthesis. So this hydrogen reduces the carbon dioxide, and in this process energy is also utilized. Which energy? That we have formed here, chemical energy in the form of ATP, that is also used here. So it is utilized, and what is finally formed? Glucose is formed, right? Now, one thing to note here, that all these three steps that are involved in the process of photosynthesis, it is not necessary that they take one after the another. It is not necessary. In some of the plants, like in case of desert plants, they take carbon dioxide at night time. Okay? When there is no solar energy, they take carbon dioxide at that time and prepare an intermediate compound. And then when the day comes and when there is solar energy available, then with the help of solar energy, they act on that intermediate compound, and finally they form the glucose. It means this step, that carbon dioxide is absorbed in the night time, and this absorption of solar energy takes place in the daytime. So you can see the steps are not in sequence in case of desert plants. So it is not necessary that these steps takes place in sequence in all the plants.